Hey everybody, welcome to Sensei Steve Says, hosted by Shiage Do Martial Arts. Today we're going to be working on some karate modified for workouts. Now in this time of quarantine and being stuck inside, although it is obviously very difficult to practice karate properly, right? To practice karate you kind of need another person. That's the whole point of it. But there are definitely things that you can do by yourself or in with a partner that will help you stay fit, stay active, so that by the time we can come back to class, you are starting on the right foot and you're already up to speed. There's not going to be like a catch-up period. Part of that is changing up the techniques that you do normally to make them a little different. So for instance, if I always do my basics, down block, reverse punch, and if I always do my down block, reverse punch, and I'm always set in my seisan stance, and I'm always locked in, and I do a down block and a reverse punch, and I step forward, and it always looks exactly the same. Well, that's very static, okay? It has its place. It's important to learn that because that teaches my arm how to move to get that solid down block, where to teach myself the body awareness to know, okay, that's the outside edge of my leg. This is where my side block needs to stop. And then to learn to be consistent in doing that, those have their place. However, it's also important to understand that fights and self-defense situations and stuff like that are very dynamic. Okay, so they're not very static where I'm just standing here, staring at myself in the mirror. They are dynamic. I'm moving around, I'm being active. The other person, if I have another person, is moving around and being active, and I don't necessarily have control over them. So, with that being said, sometimes it's helpful to be able to do my basics and stuff when I'm practicing them from different positions with a little bit of extra stress and stuff like that. So, I can't add stress in terms of like somebody's trying to hurt me because that's not safe when I'm practicing, right? The goal of practicing is to get better so that if I find myself in the position where somebody's trying to hurt me, that I can, things transition smoothly and I can work myself through it. But putting myself in real danger just to practice isn't always the best plan, all right? In fact, it's never the best plan. However, you can add stress in a couple different ways. One of the best ones is just to be exhausted. Exhaustion and stress have similar reactions in the body. When you're exhausted, you don't think straight. You tend to take shortcuts. Your brain just says, just kind of is like, oh, I'm done with this, get it over with, whatever you need to do. You're more prone to give up. And then it also makes your technique sloppier, right? Because you're not putting the same focus and effort into all your stuff. So part of that is, that is something we can definitely integrate into our training, right? Being exhausted when you're training is actually good for you, okay? So we're going to do some basics, all right? We're going to do some upper body, some lower body, and some sparring combos. And what I'm going to do is just add in a little bit of that exercise stress, that exhaustion stress, okay? So if you're doing the workout that's in the description below, or if you're on Dojo Expert, you're doing that warm-up, then you start doing these, you should start to feel a little bit tired. Now, if you're starting this off and you're like, yeah, man, I'm good to go, do a couple extra. Throw yourself down and do 100 burpees, right? It should take you about 10 minutes, no more, all right? You do the burpees with the push-ups, and I guarantee you'll be tired, okay? If you're at the point where you're doing 100 burpees and you're not tired, you reach out to me. I'll give you some new stuff to do, okay? So what we're going to do nice and easy is just start with our running in place, okay? This is going to help our upper body basics in a couple ways. One, I've got to time it with my legs now, okay? I can't just throw my techniques out because if I throw my technique and I've got the wrong foot forward, my technique's not going to have any power. So I have to time my punches with my stepping. Okay, we're going to be changing that up as we go too. So, to start, just a lunge punch. Lunge and reverse punches. There's not much of a difference when we're running in place. Ready for form. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. With power. Ready? Ich. Ni. San. Shi. Go. Roke. Good. Switching to uppercuts. For 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Remember, when you're doing these, you want to try to keep as best form as you possibly can, alright? In Isshin Ryu, my uppercut comes from my hip out to my chin level, right, at extension, and back to guard. Now, I'm not locking my elbow out. That's bad for my elbow and bad in a fight. I come close without locking it. But it comes all the way out and back to a guard to help protect my ribs. So when I'm doing this, it should come out all the way. If you got a mirror or somebody watching you to make sure you're in the right position, you don't want to be punching really high. You don't want to be punching really low. You want to imagine fighting somebody about your size. Okay? So, with that, let's do it full power. Ready? Ich. Ni. San. Shi. Go. Ru. Good. Next one we're going to do is our down block and reverse punch. So it's going to be a down block, a reverse punch from running in place. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. With power. Ready? Ich. Ni. San. Shi. Go. Roke. Good. All right, now we're going to change it up. We're going to be hopping back and forth. All right, side to side. So now that changes our foot dynamics. We got to change how we do our techniques too. Ready? So side block punch. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. With power. Ich. Ni. San. Shi. Go. Rook. Siege. Hatch. Coup. Jew. Good. Alright, go back to running in place. Alright, so the next one we're going to do open hand side block Nukite. Alright, this time I want high knees. So get those knees up. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, with key eyes, nice powerful. Ready? Ich. Ni. San. Shi. Go. Rook. Good. Go back to hopping side to side. Alright, next one up. It's going to be open hand head block. Uppercut. Make sure you're getting that uppercut out. Ready? Actually, you know what? Let's do forward and back for this one. Ready? 1. We'll keep on the same side for 3. 2, 3, switch. 4, 5, 6. Power. Ich. Ni. San. Switch. Shi. Go. Roke. Good. Next one, back to running in place. It's going to be regular head block, close fist head block, reverse punch. Make sure, open hand head block, your palm faces away from you. Close fist head block, your palm faces towards you. Okay? 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. Power. Ich. Ni. San. Shi. Go. Roku. Good. All right. Go back to, how about butt kickers? So getting those heels high. Okay. Next one is head block, nose bop, reverse punch. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good, with power. Ich, us, ni, us, san, us, shi, us, go, us, rope, us. Good. All right, back to regular jogging. Next one is going to be down block, 5 punches. Okay? We're only going to do 4 and 4 because down block 5 punches and side block 5 punches are very similar. So we're going to go right to running in place. We're going to go from one to the other real quick. Ready? Down block 5 punches. 1, 2, 3, 4. With key eyes. Ich, ni, san, shi. Side block 5 punches. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Good, with key eyes. Ich, ni, san, shi. Good. All right, next one. It's going to be forward and back again. Shoot her down, shoot her to the jaw. Ready? So bouncing and bouncing. 1, 2, 3, switch. 4, 5, 6. With key eyes. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Switch. Do a couple extra because I love this one. Rook, sich, hutch, coo, chew. Good. All right, back to running in place. You should be sweating at this point. All right, I know I am. Push block, biggie punch, biggie punch. This time what we're going to do is we're going to hop with the push block, 2 biggie punches, hop back. Hop, push block, 2 biggie punches, hop back. All right, so you're going to start running in place here. When I count, you're going to hop out to the corner. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, with power. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook. Good. Make sure with those biggie punches, you're turning your fist over because you're punching with your knuckles upside down. All right. So instead of a regular hook punch, where it comes around and I'm hitting with the top face of my knuckles like a regular punch, a biggie punch or a roundhouse punch or whatever you want to call it. The goal for this one is to hit with the back of my knuckles like a back fist, except I'm coming in here. Right? I'm going to drive in. So when I swing, my hand should be just about upside down. Okay? Last one. This one's going to be the hardest one, just to get the coordination right. So from running in place, we're going to jump back, break the bear hug, and then come back forward. Okay? Ready? So, jump back, cat stance, elbow in your armpit with your palm up, head block in your other hand. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good, with key eyes. Etch, knee, sun, chi, go, rope. Good. All right, shake it out, wipe it off, get ready to go. We're gonna do the next one. So the next thing we gotta worry about is lower body basics. So we did upper body basics, next is lower body basics, okay? So for these, it's all kicks and stuff. We're gonna skip the stretching ones just for this. So if you know the basics by number, yes, I'm skipping the stretching ones. We're doing that on purpose. But what we're gonna do in between is some exercises, okay? So we're gonna start off with front kicks, and it's gonna be squat, front kick, okay? So you're gonna be sitting there in your stance, squat with good form, right? Keep your chest up, your head up. Sometimes it helps, like if you're at home and you're watching it on your television or your computer or your phone or whatever, put it out in front of you so that when you squat, you have something to look at, and then it's gonna be a front kick, okay? We're gonna do 4 for form, 4 full power of each one of these kicks. If you're at home and you're like, oh, this isn't enough of a workout for me, then do more, okay? 4 is an arbitrary number to keep my YouTube video from being 2 hours long, okay? I could go on with this forever just because there's so many ways that you can modify these. We could literally do this all day, but this is designed to give you a workout if you're following along and to pique your imagination to come up with your own, all right? And I'd love to hear about them. If you come up with a cool exercise for your basics, whether it's a different way of moving around when you're doing your upper body basics, whether it's doing a different exercise when you're doing lower body basics, whether it's something completely different and you just threw it all together, I love hearing about that stuff because, you know, it's super cool to see what other people come up with. I'm one person. I got one brain, right? I hope. You know, I can only come up with so much. So when other people show me cool things, they're like, oh, that's freaking awesome. All right. So it's going to be squat and a front kick. So nice and easy. We're going to do 4 for form, 4 for power. And for the astute among you, that means we're doing a lot of squats. Ready? So squat, 1, squat, 2, squat, 3, squat, 4, full power. You ready? Etch, us, knee, us, sun, us, she, us. Good. All right, next one is going to be a 45-degree blade kick, and we're going to do tuck jumps, okay? So a tuck jump, you're going to get your knees up to your chest as far as you can, all right? And go from there. So it's going to be, when I count, tuck jump, 45-degree blade kick. Focus on the kick and the exercise. The whole point of this is to stress you out, to make you tired, to make those kicks harder. You should be feeling this, okay? Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. With power. Ready? Etch, knee, sun, chi. Good. All right, next one. Cross over heel stomp. So you pick your knee up really high. Whoa, there we go. Cross down onto somebody's knee, bring it back up, and set down, okay? So, for this one, what we're gonna do is a 2 high knees in between. So it's gonna be high knee, crossover heel stomp. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. Good, with key eyes. Ready, itch. Knee. San. Shi. Good. Next one is side kick. We're going to do jump squat side kicks. So you're going to squat down, jump up, chamber, side kick. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Ready? With key eyes. Itch. Knee. San. Shi. Good. All right, number 8. Front kick from cat stance. So I'm going to turn into my cat stance. I got one foot facing forward, one foot facing towards the wall. My feet are about a foot's distance apart. All my weight's on my back foot. I should be able to pick my foot up without moving my shoulders. So it's going to come here, guard, front kick. Okay? For this one, we're going to do 2 lunges. Okay? Actually, you know what? We're going to do, step back and a step forward. So it's going to be, I'll do an angle so you can see it. Step forward lunge, step back lunge, draw back, front kick. Okay? Ready? Begin. 1, lunge, lunge, draw back, kick. Other side. 2, lunge, lunge, over, kick. 3, 4. Good. With some key eyes. Let's do it. Ready? Go. Itch. Us. Knee. Us. San. Us. Shi. Us. Good. So, you tired yet? I am. That's how I know I'm doing a good job, is when my legs start feeling like jello. If my legs feel like jello, that means I'm finally getting them to the point where they're at capacity, and this is where the real work starts. Alright? I want to say it was Muhammad Ali that said, I don't start counting till it starts hurting. Alright? This is what he meant. This is a good spot to be. So, next one. That was 8. Number 9 is squat kick. So it's going to be squat, front kick. So we're going to do lateral lunges. So it's going to be lunge to one side, lunge to the other side, step, twist, front kick. Ready? Go. Side, side, squat, kick. 2, focus on your forearm. 3, 4, 'With key eyes, big, strong, powerful kicks. Ready, set, go. Itch. S. Knee. S. San. S. Chi. S. You'll notice that as I get more tired, I try to get louder, right? I do that for 2 reasons, right? I learned these in a very special class I took. One of them is, if you're louder, you convince yourself that you have more energy left, okay? Number 2, you convince everyone around you that they have more energy left, right? The louder and the more energy you're feeling coming at you from around you, the more energy you're able to put out. think about a dance party. All right, people dance forever at dance parties because the music is loud. If the music was quiet, nobody would dance at all. It would be kind of boring. All right, so let's do it. We're gonna go back to squats for our heel push kicks. So number 10 is a heel push kick. Pick your knee up and push. Okay? So squat, heel push kick. 1, 2, 3. Keep those knees past 90 when you're doing it. 4. And keep your back straight with power. Ready? Etch! Us! Knee! Us! San! Us! She! Us! Alright. This next one. I love this one. It's one of my personal favorites, right? Because I got bad knees, I'm just gonna put a little pad down here on the floor. Right? So, what this one's gonna be is, if you know number 11, it's knee smash. So we're gonna jump right into squat back or lunge back, knee smash. For this one, we're doing 4 each side. So let's do it. Ready? For form. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4. With key eyes and power, let's do it. Ready? Etch! S! Knee! S! San! S! She! S! Other side. Ready? Etch! S! Knee! S! San! S! She! S! Very good. Alright. The last kick of the day, the last kick to rule them all, is our back kick. Okay? My back kick, when I'm doing it, I'm going to chamber in front, look over my shoulder, same side, kick straight back, bring it in, set it down. Alright? And I saved the best for last, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, because we're doing burpees with a push-up. Ready? So, it's going to be burpee, back kick. I love it. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4. With key eyes. Ready? Etch! S! Knee! S! San! S! She! S! Alright, give yourself 2 claps. That was awesome. Alright, stick around. We got some announcements coming right up. Alright, so good job with that, everybody. So a couple things to take away from this. Number 1, it's easy to turn your basics into workouts. Okay? You can be, this was about a half hour. You can do a half hour's worth of just one time through all the basics, 10 each. It's going to take you a half hour with all these exercises and these other movements and stuff. And at the end of it, you're in a pretty good spot. You're sweating, you're working, heart rate's up. That's good for you. Alright? Now the theme of this week is working out, using karate for workouts. Okay, so if you're interested in this, make sure you check out the rest of the videos coming out this week. We got some setting up your nutrition and fitness goals. We got changing your katas, and we got some size stuff for the last day of the week. So look forward to that. Now, if you're doing these basics and you're not feeling it enough, you throw a couple extra things in there, right? It could be as simple as, if you got a heavy bag or something like this, if you set it up outside, what you do, figure out what 100 yards looks like, whether you're at outside or you can get to a football field or something like that. If you got a partner who can hold like a heavy bag, a kick shield or something like that, Or if you just set up your heavy bag in your driveway and you figure out, 100 yards is 3 houses down and 3 houses back, right? Running along the sidewalk outside. All you're gonna do is run down, run back, hit the bag a couple times, or hit the bag for a minute, whatever one, feels like it, and then take off running again. I guarantee you're gonna feel that. I call that particular type of exercise called combat cardio, because it's not just cardio. Cardio, when you think of cardio, you're swimming, biking, running. Basically what happens is your body gets into a rhythm, right? And that rhythm carries it forward. And everybody talks about like cadence, how fast your feet are moving, how fast your hands are moving, whatever, right? That's all well and good. But you throw the combat orientation into that too. It takes a lot of energy to punch and kick and think and move and dodge and duck and, the 5 Ds of dodgeball. Dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge, right? So it takes a lot of energy to do all that. So getting the running and then coming back and hitting the bag takes a whole different kind of workout, okay? So if you've never done something like that, I highly recommend it. It is a butt kicker, all right? It will make you feel terrible, but awesome at the same time. And it's a great way to increase your cardiovascular endurance and capacity very quickly. You go at your own pace. If you got to run slower, you run slower. If you got to hit the bag slower, you hit the bag slower. But as long as you're putting your all into it, you will increase quickly, okay? So that brings us to the end of today's class with a couple of announcements. So this is our second week of officially making these the Sensei Steve Says, hosted by Shiage Do Martial Arts. What I'm going to be working on doing for our YouTube videos or viewers out there is moving some of our older videos to public on YouTube, okay? So what I've been asked during this quarantine is, oh, my kid's real bored at home. Oh, I really wish that they could do something. Oh, your karate program's so awesome, but, whatever the reason is. I love teaching, all right? I've been doing karate for coming up on 20 years. It'll be 20 years in January. I've been doing martial arts for my whole life. I've been teaching since I was 15 professionally. I love what I do what I love, and this is where I'm at here, okay? I am putting my videos on YouTube as public because I would like for the greatest number of people to be able to enjoy them. Now, with that being said, I am practiced, but not the overarching authority, right? I study what's called Isshin Ryu Karate. If you study a different style and you want to adapt what I'm doing or you want to learn what I'm doing, awesome, cool, good for you. I love when people reach outside of their comfort zones for new information because sometimes other people think of different stuff, right? I try to do the same thing myself. With that being said, I'm still working on my own stuff, right? I'm still training actively. I have teachers who are helping me get better, and I train with them as often as possible. In the quarantines a little bit less, I will be honest, but I'm pushing myself as hard as I can during this time just so that I don't lose anything that I have of my stuff. So you might come across something, even as an Isshin Ryu student, that says, oh, I think that's wrong. Oh, I think that's wrong. Well, go with whatever your teacher is telling you, okay? If you have an instructor and they're telling you, oh, it needs to be this way, do it that way. They're the ones that are focusing on your progression, your advancement, stuff like that. So do it the way that they're asking you to do. Now, if you like to lead enlightened discussion, trying to figure out, oh, why is it that you do it that way? Why is it that you do it this way? What is the difference between these two things, right? I would love to have those conversations. You can leave comments below. I do read them all. If there are a lot, it will take me a little while. I apologize, but as time permits, I do love having those kinds of conversations. On the Shiage Do side of things, we got a couple quick announcements. Our Zoom classes are going to be on Fridays. Make sure you're coming to those. We got a guest instructor coming next weekend. On May 22nd. That's going to be Sensei Kelly Sear. She's an 8th degree black belt in Isshin Ryu Karate. She is awesome. She's going to be coming for both the kids and the adult class to watch your stuff. So make sure you can make it to that. Also for our adult class, Sensei Scott has graciously invited us to join into his classes on Mondays and Wednesdays. So if you're interested in that, check out your dojo expert link, because that'll have all the information for those things. Now, if you're a public YouTube consumer, right? If you're on YouTube and you're not affiliated with Shiage Do Martial Arts and you're interested in being part of those Zoom classes for a little bit of an extra workout and stuff like that, we have a Patreon account set up. You can buy me a cup of coffee, because I love coffee. I work nights usually, so I live on coffee. All the way up to one of our higher tiers of Patreon allows you to join into our Zoom classes, have personal chats with me, gives you access basically to me to be able to get to say, I need, this is what I'm working on, can you help me? That kind of stuff. So that's all out there. If you have any questions, I love to hear them. Shoot me a comment, shoot me an email. But with that, that is all I've got. You guys are awesome. Keep up the good work. You are dismissed. Us!